Woo! This week on the Digital Coffee, LinkedIn is adding more Instagram-like stickers. Spooky. Apple takes another swipe at Facebook. Ow! And do we really need reels in Facebook groups? All that and more after this. Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to a very spooky edition of the Digital Coffee. You're very welcome. My name is Amanda Webb. I am an ROI digital marketing consultant and mentor. I've forgotten my pitch. What does that mean? That means that I help businesses just like yours get more return on investment from the time, the energy, and the money that they are spending doing their digital marketing. And if you would like to know more about ROI and how you can get started with all that stuff, scan this QR code. It will bring you to a free training session. It's under an hour and it takes you step by step through the basics of putting together a digital marketing strategy that is based on getting more profits, more ROI. And that is the end of my sales pitch. Ooh. Don't forget, at 10:30 a.m, if you Twitter, which you may only be doing for a short amount of time with Elon Musk around, come over to Twitter and join myself and May King's stand-in this week, which is Tim Lewis from Stone & Press, where we discuss these stories in more detail. And you can come along and you can join in case you've not done a Twitter space before. These are like audio rooms. So you come in, you can either just listen in, or you can, if you're on mobile, you can also join in. I hope you like my spooky costume. I've been debating whether to wear it or not. If Sinead from the credit union is watching, I did it. Right. Hello, I can see we've got some viewers over on LinkedIn, which is always fabulous. It's not a jumper, Hannah. No, it is a full-on onesie. I'm telling you, I've gone all out. Thank you, Teresa. Yes, Teresa, great to see you here. I missed the start and now I don't know why you're in a skeleton jumper. It is not a jumper. I really need to jump up and down. Ginny, you couldn't have forgotten. It's Halloween. It's Halloween. In Ireland, we celebrate big time Halloween. Like, we don't do Guy Fawkes, obviously. Big time Halloween celebration, and it is tonight. That is all you need to know. Good morning to James. Now I can see all my networks are working. I can see you all here. Great to see you, James. Right. I better stop being spooky and get on with the news.
Hi, I'm Charlie Lawrence and you're watching The Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
Now, I am sure there are a whole bunch of LinkedIn users out there, LinkedIn traditionalists, and you may even be one of them, that think that all these new changes that are coming to LinkedIn are just wrong. They shouldn't be doing all this stuff. It's bad. It's too Facebooky. It is too Instagrammy. You may remember that recently LinkedIn added a link sticker. So now you can add a link sticker with a link back to your website, or any website actually, to any photo or video that you upload, which is great because we know that link previews look ugly. They don't always represent properly. A good image can catch the eye and get people traveling to your website. So that was great. You can now get those both on personal profiles and on company pages. But that's not it. That's not as Instagrammy as LinkedIn goes. No, because this week they're adding, I feel like I need to do spooky moves. They're adding new types of link stickers. So this is in the works. Now, not only will you be able to add a link sticker to an external website, but you'll also be able to tag people with your stickers or companies with your stickers, you know, just like on Instagram. I like this. I think this is a much more user-friendly way and a much more modern way to drive people to give a shout out to someone, to a company, to talk about those people, or to link to your website. I think this is a positive. And I mean, it's very Instagram story, which is interesting, isn't it? Because it seems so long ago now, but LinkedIn used to have stories and they abandoned them. So now they're integrating maybe some of the best features from stories into the feed. Now, I love this. I think this is great. I think this is a new way to get more traction on these things, but I know it's not for everyone. So do let me know what you think. And I can see I have lots of comments coming in. Hello, Catherine. Great to see you here, who loves my onesie. Loves my onesie. Yes, it's a very cool onesie. Everyone must celebrate the fact that I'm wearing this onesie and thank a Thai credit union for persuading me to wear it. Good morning to Deirdre. Great to see you here, Deirdre. Looking forward to chatting to you later on. You don't know if you like it or love it, or like it, love it, or loathe it, which is obviously the stickers. Your jury is still out. Well, I'm definitely on the love side. I think it makes LinkedIn a way more interesting place, but I am far from a LinkedIn traditionalist, you know. I always found LinkedIn to be a little bit stuffy and boring. So when they add these features, I get excited. I know it's not for everyone.
You're watching The Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
You're probably aware of this, but whenever you make an in-app purchase on an iOS device, an Apple device, so that is your iPad or your iPhone, Apple takes 30% of that purchase money because they run the App Store, they keep it a safe space. I do actually like the way that it goes through the Apple payment system, and it's very easy for me to delete subscriptions. I mean, there are benefits. 30%, quite a bit of money, really, isn't it? But there are ways around this, particularly if you're a big company. You can set up different payment systems, and if you're on a different payment system, they don't take 30%. And one of the ways that companies are avoiding paying this 30% is social media companies with their boost posts and their promoted posts. This isn't just Facebook. This is Twitter. This is LinkedIn, I guess. Anyone who has an app with a boost post button. When you do that, you're using their inbuilt payment system. Apple doesn't get their money. But Apple wants the money. It said, I want that 30%. So now they're cracking down on these. So now it looks like if this goes through, 30% of the money that you're spending on a boost post is going to Apple. Well, only obviously for people who boost a post through an iOS device. You know what I hate most about this? It's made me feel sorry for Meta. Like, is that actually possible? It has, because I think this is, I don't like this. I also worry that if it's it's not, obviously not everyone is using an Apple device when they're boosting a post, so it is a segment of the audience. But is that then going to drive ad costs up for the rest of us? If there's an extra 30% being taken by Apple on some transactions, is it going to cost us more? Or even just more for a boost post? The good news is this is only for boost posts and promoted posts. It's not going to affect things that you create in Ads Manager. And I imagine if you're creating in Ads Manager, you're doing that on a computer anyway. I am not happy about this. You know, I was all on Apple's side. 30% of a boost post. Good morning to Laura. Great to see you here drinking tea. Oh, not drinking tea yet. You've got the kettle on for the tea. And good morning to Kate. Also great to see you here having tea. Please tell me other people know it's Halloween. And it's not just me dressed up in a skeletal onesie. Is it just me? Please tell me it's not.
Hello, this is Rob Charles, the voice of Mike on Forever FM on Peter Kay's Car Share. BAFTA award winning, I've got to say, but I've not seen the BAFTA yet. Anyway, you're watching The Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb. Enjoy. I'm on tea. Shh.
You know what Facebook is really good at still? And I'm talking about Facebook here. I'm not talking about Meta. You know what it's really good at? Groups. You know, when I talk to, regular people who are in marketing, they tell me that one of the only reasons they go back to Facebook, or they claim that one of the only reasons they go back to Facebook, is because they're in groups and they enjoy groups. So it's no surprise that Facebook is really pushing the boat out with some new features for group. They had an event last week where they announced these new features. Some of them we knew were coming, like, for example, topics. You'll be able to have topics within Facebook group chats. So, you'll be able to just go into the threads or the topics that you're interested in. This is all very Discord, all very Slack if you're using those, that there are different threads for you to go in and check out. But you know, it works for them. I mean, they've stolen everything else. Why wouldn't they steal Discord? That totally works. Other new features, less exciting new features. She looks. Reels for groups. Reels for groups. Like, I just don't see how that is going to work. I don't see, you know, creating a reel is a big deal. Not everyone can do it. So obviously it's going to work in certain types of groups that are full of, I was going to say connectors, creators that are full of creators. But for most groups, I can't see how this will have an effect. Facebook talks about like people doing makeup demos, but you know, isn't that just an ordinary video? Does it need to be a reel? Will the reel live within the group? Will it live outside the group? Just because you want to do reels everywhere, Facebook, maybe groups, I just don't see that one taking off. Other features, sharing public group events. So if you've got a public group and you have an event in that group, people will be able to share it to their Instagram story. Now, obviously, your Instagram story populates into your Facebook story, so there is a bit of a circle going on there. But that's really interesting, isn't it? That now they're looking to drive Instagram people back into Facebook, back into groups, which they know is their highest area of growth. Points. They're going to give users points, and you'll be able to allocate points for a certain number of engagements or interactions. And when user gets to a certain limit, they'll get a badge, which is a good way to incentivize more engagement within your group. You know, I think brings me back to the old days of like internet forums. They used to do things like that. And they've added some updates to Admin Assist, which is the bot that can help manage your group for you. You know, the thing is, all these new features are great, but reach on groups has been in decline for quite some time. Now, I no longer really run my group. I still got it there, but I'm not very active in it. But I see other group admins saying, you know, reach is total pants. So the one way they can get groups to be more interactive is to keep showing posts to people. And until that happens, I'm not sure any of these new features really matter. I have to put my glasses on to read James's comment. Hello, James. Yes, what small business owners are going to be the ones that get the hit from that. I'm assuming we're talking about the Facebook boost and the fact that Apple are going to take a cut, and I'm assuming that that cost has to be passed on. I mean, I know Meta have loads of money, and I know Apple have loads of money, but they didn't make all that money by, you know, putting a fair price on things. We're going to have to probably pay for that deficit in ads, which kind of sucks, doesn't it?
Hi, I'm Kyra Fingleton from Glamping Under the Stars, and you're watching The Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
One of the most challenging things for subscription-based businesses, so maybe you run a membership that people sign up for, or maybe, you know, even if it was kind of like a monthly retainer that you charge people, is to stop the churn, to stop people falling out of the subscription. Because you have to do all that work to get them in the first place, and then you have to do all the work to retain them. And this is a challenge that I think Snapchat Plus is taking head on. You know, I wish I was a Snapchat user because I totally fall for some of these features. Now, as we know, Snapchat Plus users pay, I think it's $3.99 a month. You can do it globally for additional Snapchat features, and a lot of these features you are going to be the first person to access them before they roll them out fully. And they've just announced some new features, only one of which I'm particularly excited about. And I don't know why I'm putting my glasses on. I feel like I'm going to be serious now, so serious Amanda puts her glasses on. The most exciting one is this one, which is you're going to be able to choose a custom timeline for your stories. So we know that stories disappear within one day, 24 hours of you posting them. But now you're going to be able to set a custom expiration date. So that could be as little as 1 hour, which could be great if you were running a flash sale or something like that. Or you can make it last as long as a week, which means you could reach more people in your audience, but you'd want it to be interesting because the same people would end up seeing it all the time. Anyway, that's pretty cool, I think. Enough maybe to keep people subscribed for another month, I think so. Other features include boring stuff, like you'll be able to put a coloured frame on your stories. You'll have custom notification sounds for somebody who always has their phone on silent, not interested. And also some custom Bitmoji Halloween backgrounds. I mean, who needs those? When you're a skeleton, who needs those? I do think, though, that one feature would be enough to keep me subscribed for another month. And if Snapchat keep going with these new features, I could see this being successful. I'm really interested to see how this is working out, to see some stats on how this whole subscription plan is working. But obviously, you know, that's just a signal to anyone that is running a subscription, how much value you have to give to keep people coming, new people coming, and also to, I'm looking for a button to press, excuse me, but also to keep people subscribed.
I'm Louise Brogan, host of LinkedIn with Louise, and you're watching Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
Okay, this seems completely ridiculous, but LinkedIn has just got around to auto captioning videos. Now, I did think this was there before, because after the digital coffee, when I go to edit, because you can slice off the beginning, sometimes doesn't properly work, LinkedIn, slice off the beginning of the video, so I can slice off the countdown at the beginning of this. It says auto captions aren't available once it's uploaded. So I thought they were actually there already, but no, it seems not. Now, when you upload a video, you will have, I'm looking for the right button to press. When you upload a video, it will transcribe the captions for you, auto caption, just like on, you know, every other social network. Sorry, LinkedIn, like, why weren't you doing this already? And then once it's done, you would get a notification and you'll have one chance to edit it, which again, how many times have you edited something and then seen a problem afterwards? Anyway, it's here, it's now. It is going to be a relief to a lot of creators who currently would be using another service to do this for them. You know, there's lots of, I use Capwing quite often, which means you have to caption your videos, then upload them to LinkedIn. I love that this will all happen in one spot. It's just way too late. You know I talk about accessibility a lot, and it's not because I'm a big pioneer for accessibility. Goodness knows I'm as behind as everyone else with accessibility. But it seems ridiculous that the leaders in the big organizations are taking so long. I mean, the internet has been around for a long time. Come on, LinkedIn. You should have been there quicker. This is where my LinkedIn stream gets pulled, right?
Hello, this is Simon Hodgkins, and you're watching The Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
The jury is currently out on live stream shopping. You may remember last Christmas, all the social networks went mad over live stream shopping. They all wanted to do it. They were all testing it with influencers and creators. It was going to be a thing. I made it a prediction for 2022 that live shopping was going to be big. And then Meta pulled out of the whole thing. Well, Facebook first. Instagram, it looks like you're still going to have shopping tags, but turns out people aren't shopping online as much anymore. Turns out as soon as we were allowed outside, first thing we did, went to the shops. Yeah. But does this really mean it is the end of live stream shopping? Well, YouTube is still on board. Now, live stream shopping does work exceptionally well in China. It's just a case of bringing that into the rest of the world. And that's what YouTube is planning on now. Now, it already has shopping tags in some Asian countries, in China. I say China as if that's a fact. In some Asian countries and possibly China, because it works there. But now it is rolling out its product tags. So this is where you can tag products in your videos to additional regions, including, for at least half of the audience here, you'll be excited, the UK, the United States, Brazil and India. No Ireland. No, don't worry about us. We'll look after ourselves. You probably think we're part of the UK, don't you? Anyway, I think this is good news. I am interested to see how live stream shopping evolves now that we are going back to shops again. It's an interesting one, and it is encouraging to see that YouTube are still testing this. I mean, it never really got a chance from Facebook, who rolled it out only to some select regions. So let's see what happens. I can see I've got lots of comments coming in here. Ginny, yes, I had a little rant there about accessibility. Tech companies need to lead the way, not be behind. Absolutely. And you know, I would think they have more opportunity there because a larger customer base they are missing out on if they're not accessible. So it just seems stupid. James says, useful to know. Was about to play with the captioning subtitle app I was recommended when I remember the name of it. So yeah, I like Capwing. It auto generates, and also you can put the captions wherever you want on the screen, so you're not actually limited to that bit. Often they'll put them at the bottom, and then, you know, all the other guff that's going on at the bottom of the screen covers it up. So I do like Capwing. Don't work for them. I'm not an affiliate or anything, but they've actually made some upgrades recently which makes them even better than they used to be. I've got one more story. It's an interesting one. Firstly, the fast man has to speak.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Jeremiah's J-Man Monero. J-Man Speaks from New York, and you're watching Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb. Make it a great day.
Is it okay to feature a celebrity in your ad if that celebrity didn't say that they wanted to be in your ad? Now, you might think that's a bit of a long shot. I mean, what is it? Like Tom Cruise through a telephoto lens? No, it's not, because you may have been aware of the rise of deep fakes. Ooh. It is a bit spooky. It is a bit spooky. What is a deep fake? A deep fake is a computer generated version of a human being. If you're on TikTok, you must check out the Real Keanu account, because that's a deep fake of Keanu Reeves doing all sorts of things that Keanu Reeves isn't doing. There's some pretty impressive Tom Cruise ones out there. I mean, he's quite good, quite easy to fake in all fairness, because he's got all the tics and interesting weird stuff going on. But what's been happening recently is that companies have been using deep fake celebrities in advertising and saying it's satire, and that's how they plan to get away with it. So there's one with the person who I was trying not to mention today, but there you go, Elon Musk. There's one with Elon Musk in a bath advertising some like startup or venture capital fund. It's clearly not him. I mean, it's not that good a deep fake, so you would be able to tell the difference, I suppose, if you looked at it properly. If you didn't, maybe not. But the thing is, he didn't say that that was okay. He didn't get paid for it. He didn't sign off on the license for it. And this is happening more and more. There are other ones out there like Bruce Willis that have been abused in this way. So that's the downside, but there could be an upside as well. So not just for celebrities, but also perhaps for influencers, or even for people like me, because I can't be in more than one place at one time. Wouldn't it be nice if I could license out my deep fake version to give a training course of which I would have still scripted? That could be really good. You'd have to pay me still, but maybe not as much, because there's no travel cost, there's no accommodation cost, there's not even a time cost involved. Or if you want to work with a specific influencer, you know, they have busy lives, they can't work with everyone. This could be a good way to get a cheaper version of them and for them to get money as well. On the downside, this technology is here, it's getting better all the time. It won't be long until they will be so convincing that we will be able to put fake words into people's mouths and destroy their reputations. So that is my spooky. I'm smiling about this. It'd be terrible if it happened. I could be saying anything now. You could turn me into saying, you know, I love Donald Trump or something, which I would never say, by the way. Spooky as it is. I can see we've got Simon here. I hope you managed to see the trailer of yourself. The quality of synthetic humans is rapidly improving. Yeah, and these are the computer generated ones. I mean, I don't want to talk about the dystopic future, but there are going to just be like clones walking around one day. Or maybe I read too much science fiction. I don't know. Yes, not long until we watch synthetic humans in mainstream media. And you know, it's all right if that individual has licensed it. It's not all right if they haven't, because that is destroying reputations, that is destroying lives, as well as the monetary loss that people are going to significantly feel. Anyway, I can see I've started off a bit of a debate here. Right, I have to. Elon Musk is more of a sink fan than a bath fan. Ba-dump. Thanks, James. In case you missed it, not covering it in today's news, because I kind of made a thing about not covering Elon Musk buying Twitter. If you come over to Twitter at 10:30 a.m, I am running a Twitter space discussing these topics, and I'm sure we're going to talk about Elon Musk has officially bought Twitter. I think it's really, really terrible news. I think it's awful. You know, I'm thinking Twitter might die quite quickly, and I'm thinking might need to move my Twitter space over to LinkedIn, but we will see. I could be being overly negative about the whole thing, but yeah, I'm sure Twitter wasn't being run well. I'm sure Twitter still won't be run well. But that's it. It's a real Halloween special when Elon Musk buys Twitter, isn't it? I've been a bit crazy today. I hope you will join me. You will see the tweet pinned to the top of my profile. Making It isn't with us next week. She might join in, but she's not able to co-host this week. So we have Tim Lewis from Stone and Press saying what he wants to say about these topics, which may be the exact opposite to me. That's it for this week. I will be back, same bat time, same bat place next week, dressed as a bat. See you then. Bye-bye.